to today's episode of The Day with Blend. I'm your host, AC, and we are joined in studio today by Colleen Rieman. She is the co-owner of Hexagon Alley. How are you, Colleen?
Good. How are you this morning?
I'm very good. Now, there may be some people who are not familiar with Hexagon Alley. So tell them, the people who are listening and watching, what exactly Hexagon Alley is.
Yeah, great question. So Hexagon Alley, Brews, Bites, and Board Games. We are a new board game cafe in town. We're down on 9th and Cherry Street, right under the Tiger Spirit store. But we've been open for about a year. We have about 750 plus unique board games for people to choose from. So just a few. We've got a full cafe. We serve fretboards, locally roasted coffee beans. We have local beers on tap. We've got cocktails. We have sandwiches, shareable platters, all of that stuff. And so it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And I mean, so tell people where you are again, because it's kind of downstairs, right?
Yeah, so we have two entrances, actually. Okay. So we're on 9th and Cherry. Our address takes you off of 9th Street. And I always say it's tucked between the Mudroom and Top 10 Wines. And so there's a door that you'll have to go downstairs, or there's an elevator for accessible entrance that way. Or if you go off of Cherry Street, we're right next to You Need Sweets. And so grab a slice of cake, enjoy that, and then come over to us and we'll get you coffee, some beer, and you can kind of tuck the night away.
Okay. And so generally, what are your hours? When are you open? And do you have people just kind of dropping in with small groups? Do you have people who are there every single week? I imagine with board games, there are some real hardcore board game folks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we just expanded our hours.
Okay.
So we're now open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 11 p.m. Fridays we're open until 12:30. And then Saturdays we open at 11 until 12:30, and Sundays 11 to 9.
Okay.
So we've got plenty of hours for you. But yeah, we have people that come in and they'll just come in and grab coffee in the morning, go through our little magic cards. We sell magic singles and a couple of other games. Grab a cup of coffee and then go to work. We have lots of different offices. We'll bring in their groups and their teams for team bondings. We have a great section of games for that too. So reach out to us and we'll kind of reserve some games for your group.
Okay.
We have people that come in every Wednesday and play board games, or we have different, like Tuesdays are trivia night. So tonight we've got general trivia. So one of the categories is all things blue.
Okay.
Which is just crazy funny. But so yeah, Tuesdays are trivia nights. We do drag shows, drag trivia every other month, and Saturdays. And then Sundays nights we do dining in the alley with them, with Inclusion Plus. Just a lot of everything. We do puzzle showdowns too. Yeah, I could go on, but
showdowns.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of community organizations using your space for special events.
Yes.
And so is that something that, like, the community, like if somebody's thinking, it may be a good place for, like, how many people can get in there?
So we have about space for about 150 people. Okay. So within that, we have closed off for private events. We had a teachers group kind of do that last fall with us. We had the Center Project rented out our back area. And then we have like Main Street Summit coming up with us too. But yeah, you can rent out the whole space with us, rent out a little area of it.
And it's nice because it's something different, you know, than what typically people would be renting out, like just a open space. Yeah. But I like that it has, you know, there's the cafe and there are all the different board games that you can choose from. Yeah. What's been the most fun thing you've seen down there?
Oh gosh, I think this is such a cliche answer, but it's the best part for me has been just coming in on a Friday or Saturday night and you see everybody actually laughing and engaging with each other and their phones are in their bags. They're face down and they're not on their technology anymore. We had a kids summer camp this past summer and we had kids from 6 to 12 with us 5 days a week and just seeing them laughing and playing chess. Like, when's the last time you saw a 6-year-old playing chess?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
And he loved it every single day. He was like, okay, who can I beat today?
I love that.
And I loved that.
So a chance to kind of put your electronics down and, like, you know, take it back to the days where you sat across from somebody and looked them in the eye, like, to beat them in a board game.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot. That's a good break.
Like, who wants to beat their boss in a board game?
Right. I do.
I would do that.
I do. I certainly do. Like, I'm picking one that I know I can win.
Yeah.
For sure. So tell me, how does this idea even come about? How this come to be?
Yeah. So my husband Kyle and I were sitting in a board game bar in Kansas City, and we'd been sitting there for a couple of hours, and he was looking around, and we're huge board game enthusiasts. We had hundreds in our own house. A lot of our library at Hexagon Alley is from us.
Okay.
And he was like, we could do this in Columbia. It's like, yeah, sure, sweetie. Like, absolutely, we can do it. And then about a month later, he came to me and he said, okay, Nathan, one of my good friends, he's going to go in on this with us too. I've got a whole business plan together. We're going to do it. And then about a year and a half later, we opened.
Wow.
And so lesson learned, don't just say yes to anything or any idea. But it's been one of the best things we could have done.
Oh, I love that. And I love that story. Generally, sometimes that is how the best ideas come about, right? Like you're thinking casually, oh, sure, honey, yeah, we can do that. But he's like, no, we can really do this. We can really do this. And it's been an asset to our community. Seriously. I always see the advertisements on social media where somebody is having something at Hexagon Alley, you know, whether it's a team building thing. And I actually had not thought about it for team building, but that is a really good idea. And you have some specific things for team building, which is nice.
Yeah.
We have to just come in and be like, oh, what works for this?
We have some that are really good about communication and team building. Some where it's called Flatter Me. So it's a compliment flatter board game.
Okay.
So you're trying to give away compliments to it. And so it's like if you have a little bit of tension going on with your group, we can play that game with you. And so I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. I have some people I could probably bring in.
Yeah.
We can probably bring in and do that and bring. Okay. So before we get out of here real quick, in case somebody missed it at the beginning, tell us what your hours are at Hexagon Alley.
Yeah. So Monday through Thursday, it's 9 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Okay.
Friday, we're open 9 a.m. until 11:30. Saturdays, 11 a.m. till 12:30. And then Sundays, 11 to 9.
Okay. So you guys have a real, I mean, you're pretty much you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much you're there. Okay. Well, thank you, Colleen. I'm so glad you came in to give us more information about Hexagon Alley. And for people who didn't know, now they know. And they can stop in and let you know they saw you or heard you on the Daily Blend.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us.